welcome back to the Occult Class. This is episode 24, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I am your host, Christine.
I'm the other one.
Bob.
Is it? Okay.
Okay, it's my name now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who should go first.
I have little baby things, because I was...
Oh, I have like
thrown...
one thing.
Oh, well, I have a couple baby things, because I was thrown back into some fearsome critters.
Okay, well, why don't you go first, and I'll go in the middle.
I'm going to talk about the Rumtifusel.
Rumtifusel.
The Rumtifusel. First, I guess I should probably start with... Everybody knows what fearsome critters is, right?
No. Well, I don't know.
Oh, God. They're basically, like, made up... like a jackalope?
A cryptid?
No, it's like even less than a cryptid. It's basically you're a lumberjack and you make shit up. So like, just for lulz.
So like that moose
But
thing?
Yeah, basically people believe some of their friends who say weird things.
Wow.
But they might be real.
Who knows?
You never know. The Rumtifusel. In luring a victim within its reach, this animal employs one of the oldest strategic devices known. That on playing the cupidity of its prey. Being a rather slow-gated beast, it has to resort to some form of low cunning. The Rumtifusel is large, strong, and ferocious. The pelt is fine, long, and thick, with a rich color like a mink. The body is oddly flattened, somewhat the way old Hank McGinnis looked after he'd rolled off the porch roof following the annual fireman's dinner, and sort of spread himself out, so feet we just slid him edgeways between a couple of shed doors for a coffin. This shape makes it possible for the Rumtifusel to drape himself closely over a stump, or about the butt of a tree standing near a tote road, in such fashion that he looks exactly like a high-grade fur coat or robe that someone has dropped. Naturally, the passerby comes over to have a closer look, but with a lightning-fast flick of its blanket-like body, the Rumtifusel completely envelops its victim. The numerous minute sucking pores lining the inner ventral surface are promptly brought into action, and in no time at all, the bones are sucked clean.
Huh.
Jeez, isn't that scary?
So scary.
Use a little note. Some of those high ginger scientists will tell you that those little balls of fur you see by stumps were spit up by owls. Don't you go and swallow that yarn. Those balls are all that's left of the clothes worn by some greenhorn who ventured too near to a Rumtifusel.
So you mean like owl pellets are just Rumtifusel pellets?
Leftover bits of, yeah. This sounds a lot like a cloaker or other D&D monsters, which are basically like a ceiling squid that falls down, or manta ray, and the inside's full of little teeth and it sucks your blood, kills you.
Yeah.
The Rumtifusel.
Rumtifusel. So, I'm gonna change the gears of this podcast for a bit.
Oh, that sounds scary. What are you turning to? Drive? Park?
A couple of days ago, I was hanging out with my friends,
Is this
actually.
a real life ghost story? Is this a real life ghost story?
No.
Did you see Slender Man?
No. We did talk about Slenderman.
Oh, jeez. Did you smack Slender Man's ass?
No.
Thank God.
Can you even reach it?
I mean, well, what are you, like 2 feet tall? Of course you can.
He's like so tall.
Yeah, his ass is right
I
at
hear
like
the
head
movies,
level. Bad.
Like it's really.
I heard from everybody's favorite critical that it's pretty bad.
Yeah, okay. No, I watched with my friend the movie The Windmill.
Ooh, sounds boring. The only time a windmill's not been boring is... The only time a windmill's not been boring was in G Gundam when it turned out that the windmill was a Gundam.
Okay, so let's go with the description on IMDb.
Ooh.
Jennifer is an Australian girl on the run from her past and who washes up in Amsterdam. In a desperate attempt to stay one step ahead of the authorities, she joins a coach load of tourists embarking on a tour of Holland's most famous windmills. Exciting! When the bus breaks down in the middle of nowhere, she and the other tourists are forced to seek shelter in a disused shed beside a sinister windmill, where, legend has it, a devil-worshipping miller once ground the bones of locals instead of grain. As members of the group start to disappear, Jennifer learns that they all have something in common, a shared secret that seems to mark them all for doom. Which is so funny because she's not the one who realizes this, by the way. A whole other character realizes this. And that is Takashi Kido. And yes, there's a Japanese character that speaks entirely in Japanese the entire movie.
Oh, jeez.
And boy, do they butcher Shinto religion.
Well, yeah.
Like,
so
it's so racist how they do it, and it's like, oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
So the movie, how I would describe it, okay, this is like good spoilers. Spoilers.
Oh, didn't you say it was boring?
It was boring, but things happen, I guess. Like, people die. That was the whole point of it, but I didn't care about any of the characters because they don't give you any time to build up any character. So, yeah. So, this movie is made in from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Kind of shows a little bit, but it has a pretty diverse cast. By that I mean European diverse. There's only one person of color, and then all the rest of them are white people. But so it follows Jennifer. Like, at the beginning of the film, it's like her being a nanny to this like rich family in Amsterdam, and then the dad finds out that she is using like a fake ID, and he finds that out and he confronts her, and then she smashes a pot in his head and runs away, which is like, oh my god. Did it really need to get that far? But okay. And then you find out that she's just kind of surviving and homeless, and also takes antipsychotics, of course. And then she ends up going on this bus, but all the while you see this other character that gets introduced. Boy, I don't remember people's names. What? Jackson, I think? I'm on IMDb. Jackson, who is it seems like he is like post-war, or he was like in the military and he has bad like PTSD, and his mates try to like set him up at a because it's Amsterdam, right? So you gotta go to the red light district and go to a brothel, and they blindfold him, which I feel like, okay, this guy probably should know that, like, their friends should probably know that he has PTSD, right? So blindfolding this man and putting him in a foreign environment is not really safe or good. So he ends up going to the brothel blindfolded, and he hears a bunch of stuff, and it triggers his PTSD while he's with this woman. And then the next thing you know, he's running out of the brothel, and he like skips out on his mates, and then you don't know what happened really. And then it cuts to Jennifer going onto the bus, and like, it's just, she doesn't even have a ticket, and the bus driver's like, yeah, just get on. And it's like, okay. Oh, and then you meet this other kid. Basically, you meet people, but you don't really learn much about them other than, like, not even a sentence worth of information. Like, then you meet this, like, family who's, like, a dad and his son, and the dad has taken his kid out of school to take him onto a trip to Amsterdam. And the kid doesn't really want to be there, but he's also kind of happy to spend time with his dad because his parents are split up. but then the dad is barely paying any attention to him, but he's just like, we're on a happy family trip, and isn't paying attention to his son at the same time. So it's so cliche. It's very cliche. And then you meet this French lady who wants to be a photographer, and then she's told, your portfolio sucks, go take pictures of windmills. That's her motivation. And then you meet the Japanese character, and he seems to be on a trip to spread his grandmother's ashes in places that she had visited or wanted to visit. It's not much of anything. And then once they all basically all these characters get on that tour bus to the windmill area, and then on the way back, their windmill breaks down. Their truck breaks down. The bus breaks down. So for some reason, Jennifer and Jackson decide to leave the bus and then go to the windmill that they saw on the way back to look for help. When, they did mention that there was a town that they crossed by, like, not that long ago. They said it was an hour's walk, which is not long. It's not a bad walk. So, like...
hour's walk is pretty awful.
It was like, you go to a town or you're going to a windmill? Who are you going to be likely to see somebody?
I mean, you never know.
It was nighttime.
Yeah, sometimes there's a homeless guy in the windmill.
That's not who you need when a bus is broken down.
You might know a secret path to the town that's faster.
So, first death happens.
Oh no.
So, like, literally immediately, this guy dies. So, Jackson dies by this windmill killer boogeyman character. And his death is so abrupt, and then you find out, like, through flashbacks and stuff like that he actually killed the sex worker at the brothel.
Oh no!
Which is like,
he got really scared.
So yeah, he got so scared he snapped her neck, which was so
Whoa.
like CQC, like it was really bad.
Jeez. Yeah, he's watched Nyarkola Crawling Chaos, Space CQC on her.
Space CQC.
Jeez.
So so that was like his like sin.
That's not really like a...
I mean, he killed her, but it was also
but like on the sin scale, I don't know.
But all I can think about is like, if he's been to war and stuff like that, wouldn't he have killed many other people? Like...
No, see, but that was an accidental kill, so that's why that one's the real sin. It's only a sin if it's by accident.
Okay. So anyways, he's like... He dies, but his head gets stomped in. This is a scene that I saw first. Basically, he gets his legs cut off by these, like, hook things. And it's really comical. And then, like, he's, like, telling Jennifer to run. And then she's, like, staring. And then, like, gets spooked off by the monster guy. And then, like, this monster guy's boot just steps on his head. But it was, like, completely switched to a, like, fake head full of like jam, and it was so bad. The effects were really bad. Actually, all the effects are pretty much like Goosebumps level of CG and special effects. It's really funny. Next character to die is actually Takashi. He gets like lured off as they're like there's like continuity errors in the film of where the bus is placed. At first it's in the middle of the road, and then all of a sudden it's near a ditch which leads to the river, which wasn't seen at all.
Sure that wasn't the ghost doing that? Yeah.
And so the bus like falls into the river, and you're like, okay, cool, so now this is motivation. But like everyone had to get off the bus, and Jennifer like pushes the kid, like the boy. There's like the boy and the dad, right? So she pushes the boy out of the bus, and then he like hurts himself a bit, and then it turns out that he's a hemophiliac, so he can't like stop bleeding. So like we need to get him to a place. It's so bad. So they need to find shelter. They find a shed. On the way to the shed, they lose Takashi. He basically just sees his grandmother's like rocking chair, and then he knows that he's being punished for apparently leaving his grandmother. Like he like talks about how he left his grandmother, and she died. I don't know. It's like just that. I don't think there was like any real sin. It's just like he was doing other things, and then his grandmother passed away while he was doing other things, and maybe he like promised to go traveling with her or something, but like that never happens. So he like comes to terms with it and then lets himself get killed, so he dies. And then they get into, oh, I forgot about one other character because he was such a nothing character. There was a doctor, and he's a horrible doctor. Like, just in general. And he does cocaine. I don't know. Basically, all you know about him is that he does art sometimes, but also mostly cocaine. And
he's an art cocaine doctor?
Art cocaine doctor.
Wow. Gets around.
Yeah. And he's basically only there to point out that Jennifer is on antipsychotics and that she is not to be trusted, and then that like sparks this image in the dad's mind, the dad of the kid, that she's just this ticking time bomb, which is not at all what would be happening, because basically they just say, oh, you know, Jackson didn't die, you just saw something and we just left him, and all of this is your fault. And they don't realize that they're being hunted.
Wait, so they said it's your fault we left Jackson way back at the lighthouse?
Yeah, they didn't believe that he died.
Well, who cares then? It's not even a big deal.
Well, then they're like, maybe she killed him. And it's like,
well, that's different, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, but it's
I mean,
anyways, there's just basically no proof, and they are like treating her as if she's just a violent person, even though if you're taking antipsychotics, it doesn't mean that you're inherently violent. It's just so ridiculous.
Have you ever watched a horror movie?
I know, but it was a really bad horror movie.
Yeah, I know, but like, you need to make something up to make the characters have some sort of tension.
He needs to be more tactful.
He's not. He thinks Jackson's been killed. I don't know. He's making stuff up.
Anyways.
Then it turns out he's actually the killer, huh?
No, well, the doctor... Well, he is a killer, I guess.
Oh, that's his sin.
Yeah. Who dies next? I think it might be the doctor.
So why is the killer killing everybody with sins?
Because of that whole mill thing. Because that actually turns out it's true. Like, the miller getting the bodies of townsfolk to grind their bones to make flour.
What was he?
He was profiting off of the flour.
What's that? So what? Now he's
preying on these people because he's the devil's.
Still?
Yeah, because it's pretty bad. It's like really like he dies, and then but the devil liked him so much that he like made him like a gatekeeper to hell or something.
Yeah, got him big powers. That's cool, I guess. That's fair.
Anyways, so like,
damn, you evil. I'm gonna promote you to big bad man.
So
That's
dad
awful.
guy
You watch
and
this.
the bus driver end up going to the windmill to find help. And
the fuck?
Yeah. That's what happens, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Then they die.
No, they don't die. Like, they find
Why?
out that the bodies of people are being hung there. So they're like, oh no, bad things are happening.
Ew, they said.
Yeah. But basically, all the while before that, the kid's dad is being an absolute prick. Like, unreasonably so. To the point where he's just pissing off
scared.
everyone, including French lady, who I barely talked about. Yeah, she also speaks Japanese. Because she used to live in Japan and be a model. And then that's her sin. Because apparently there was another model that was competing against her. And she hired the Yakuza.
Oh, dude, there's someone with an actual sin for once.
She hired...
This is a real sin.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
so she hired the Yakuza to cut this other model up a bit, just to make her less pretty. And then that woman ended up killing herself.
Yeah, this is a real sin, finally.
Yeah.
Everybody else's was fucking lame.
So
This is cool.
So she finds this out because guess what? Takashi is not dead.
Oh, fuck off.
He comes back because he's like, oh, I let myself die. I relinquished my, like, sin because I don't know, he just kind of accepted it and then lives, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's it. He overcame it. He said, yeah, I suck. And he was like, damn, I can't kill you if you know you suck shit. Damn.
So, like, he comes back and tells everyone, because she speaks English and Japanese. So she translates what he's saying as, you need to, like atone, I guess, for your sins. Like, you need to,
Yeah.
kind of...
Yeah, no,
I don't know,
that's
just
it.
atone for your sins. And, you could probably live, but, no one else does that.
No, I
He
mean,
was the only one in the film to do it.
hard.
And then after that...
Well, his was he left his grandma alone. What do you want? This is easy.
I know, it's like...
This is like, my bad.
So...
That's what he said. He said, my bad. I'll go visit her.
Yeah. Just like, yeah, I'll see you in heaven, Grandma.
And he did. And then he's like, it worked.
Like...
My plan worked. All according to Keikaku.
So movies need to stop using foreign religion as, like, a gateway for people to understand, like, mojo and mysticism. Like, it's kind of...
Mojo?
Like, it's kind of silly.
What the fuck? Mojo?
I don't know. It's just, like, it's all, like, this energy of, like...
What's up, Austin Powers?
Austin Powers is not the owner of Mojo.
Yeah, baby.
Ew.
The Mojo.
Can anyone say that was
I
the
didn't-
creepiest thing that ever happened in our podcast?
No way. You just talked about a boring movie for 50 minutes. That was way scary.
Ugh.
Everybody loves Austin Powers. I know where you've been. This is so funny, dude.
No, just hearing you say,
Love it.
yeah, baby, is gross.
Yeah, it was a great impression.
It's
Everybody was like, damn,
gross.
let me save that to put on a soundboard.
Ugh.
Christine, just because you hate Austin Powers.
I don't...
Yeah, you do. So
I was gonna say, I don't think I like it now.
they saved the planet by absolving their sins.
There is no saving. Anyways, basically,
Takashi
Dr. Guy
saves
dies. By... His sin was that he was super drugged up while doing surgery and killed somebody. And did not atone for his sin and say, oh man, I effed up, oops. He just blamed it on everything else but himself. And then, I don't
What
know,
a Pringus.
French lady just dies because she just didn't even get a chance to do anything. She got drowned.
Well, her sin was kind of hard to fix. Hers wasn't like... that was like a
Takashi prays
full-blown
for a
on point.
good bit and then has like a really bad CG like ghost smoke thing of the monster like attack him a little bit. But like, I will say this right now, why was
Thought you
he
were
like,
gonna
they
tell me
never
you stand.
like said anything about him being a monk or anything like that. No normal Japanese person would know these mantras at all. Like, he was like 2 steps becoming Hoichi the Earless. Like, it was kind of ridiculous. Anyways,
They just didn't. That's like when I go into the ghost place, I start reading off Bible verses. Christine, you don't know how to do that.
Well, he didn't have a book to read. He was just quoting.
No, he knows it. I know the whole Bible.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's the power you get from the West.
From the West?
You get to know the whole Bible.
What about me?
You do too. You just haven't discovered it yet.
Gross.
It's in you.
I don't want it.
The whole Bible. Parts 1 and 2.
Anyways, just people, like, it's like he's the only foreign person, and then of course he has foreign magic to do, like, it makes no sense.
Well, I mean, West magic's boring. Nobody wants to see a cross and Jesus. Been there.
Done that. What else happened? So, oh yeah, it turns out the bus driver, his name is, I swear to God, I thought his name was Abe because we were watching with subtitles because I always watch stuff with subtitles. And his name was actually pronounced Abe, and I guess that might be like I don't know, another type of European thing, Celtic. I have no idea why it's spelled Abe and they pronounce it Abe. But he's working for the windmill monster.
Oh no, he's a villain.
So he stabs Takeshi.
No.
And then he convinces, because Takeshi came up with the plan to burn down the windmill. So Abe comes, like, basically has Jennifer and Curtis, or not Curtis, his name is Kurt, the kid, go and burn down the windmill. Oh yeah, Kurt's dad dies. Kurt's dad's sin was that he actually killed Kurt's mom before the trip, and
oh damn,
yeah, it's really stupid.
That's pretty cool.
So he dies in a
sick.
really
That's
hilarious
sick,
manner
dude.
of just getting choked by rope and then his head being severed by it. It was also really badly done. Not scary. Just
why did you watch this?
why did I? Because it was silly. So they get to the windmill and then they find out, like, the whole bit of why Jennifer has sinned and why is she being, like, on the run and stuff like that. And it's because her father was abusive and then he started turning his abuse to her younger brother, so she decided to stand up and then burn their trailer down while trying to save her brother, but her brother ends up running back into the trailer because of a stuffed animal. Because of course.
Hey, sometimes that happens. I try to go get my Digimon. It happens.
Yeah. So she ends up having to, like, face off the monster because of that, and
This isn't even a real sin. This doesn't even count.
I don't know. But
Well, it's not my fault he ran into the house on fire. God damn it.
but apparently she was too cowardly to run into the fire.
Which
Which is like, okay, cool. So I didn't burn alive with him. Cool.
No, you could have saved them.
I
That's
guess
the thing.
so. Anyways, so she ends up in, like, a one-on-one battle with him, and they'd already lit the windmill on fire.
Oh, dude, this time she's gonna conquer the fire.
Yes, because Kurt is inside with the bus driver, and the bus driver is trying to not even kill him, because apparently they need an innocent, which was never explained. Because, of course, a kid, I don't know, he just exists. He's useless. I don't even know. Yeah, okay, so end of all this, Jennifer dies, and then
Cool.
I don't know what happens to the kid, and then the bus driver just recruits more people into this, like, tour thing. So, like, I have no idea what happened at the end. It made no sense.
Wait, did Takashi die?
I told you, Takashi got stabbed by the bus driver.
Oh, that you just said stabbed.
Yeah, he dies.
Oh, okay. You
Ta-da.
didn't say stabbed to death. Like,
Oh, sorry, he died.
I mean, he already got killed once.
Yeah.
He could come back again.
Didn't get killed by not magic. I don't know. He got killed by non-magic. He got killed by stab.
Well, the real winner here, remember this here, kids. The real winner in life, the bus driver.
Yeah. Abe.
Now I drive the bus.
I mean, he already... Okay, the only thing that happens at the end is that he has a bag of flour next to him this time. So it's just like, okay, is that the kid? Is that everyone? What happened to the kid? No one knows.
Yeah, that's everyone.
But no, why would you have to have an innocent then?
He wasn't.
But he was. That was the point
of it.
No,
but he didn't though. Wait, they needed an innocent for what?
I don't know. They never explained that.
Maybe they made him into the next mill monster.
No, they don't need one because he was alive.
They just put him into the thing.
I have no idea.
No, you watched a bad movie. I don't know why you even finished it. I would have
stopped
stopped 5 minutes in. It sounds awful.
Yeah, we did that with like Need for Speed.
I'd much rather watch Need for Speed than this.
That was a really bad movie.
Nah, Need for Speed's fine. They need the speed.
But yeah, that was my
I like 3 though. 3 is cool. The Tokyo Drift
movie segment because that was a bad movie.
Awful.
It was a bad movie.
Watch something good.
Maybe I will.
Like all of the Godzilla movies. Damn it.
I ain't got time to watch all the Godzilla movies.
Yeah, huh? Just watch one a week. You'll be done in 36 weeks, I think.
That's a lot. Anyways, what's your topics?
You wanna finish over here with the Roperite?
Roperite?
The Roperite. Or Roperite, but I like Roperite.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds cooler. In the foothills of the Sierras, where the digger pine grows, dwells one of the most peculiarly specialized animals to be found anywhere on the American continent. No one knows his life history, even approximately, and many discussion has been based upon the questions as to whether the beast is born, hatched from eggs, or comes into existence spontaneously from some mountain cavern. The digger natives say that Roperites are the spirits of early Spanish ranchers, and blood-curdling are the tales they tell of helpless creatures pursued by the beast, snared with its marvelous rope-like beak, and dragged to death through thorny chaparral. No man or animal can hope to outrun it. It steps upon roadrunners or kicks them out of the way, and no obstacle appears sufficient to stop its progress or even slacken its speed, as it seemingly half lies, half bounds across the rugged country which it inhabits. Its leathery skin is impervious to thorn, and its flipper legs uninjured by the sharpest rocks. According to A.B. Patterson of Hot Springs, California, who saw the last Roperite, authentically reported the animal has a large set of rattles on its tail, which it vibrates when in pursuit of game, thus producing a whirling sound like that of a giant rattler. The effect of this upon an animal closely pursued may be imagined. Lumbermen operating in the region between Pitt River and the southern end of the Sierras are urgently requesting to make every effort to secure a living specimen of the Roperite. You scared?
No. It's very strange.
You want to hear about more about the Roperite? Here we go. A gregarious animal about the size of an undernourished pony formerly existed in herds in the Sierra foothills, but not reported for many years, probably extinct by now. Extremely active and fast, the skin is leathery, giving complete protection against sharp rocks and thorns, while the flipper-like legs are much overdeveloped, affording a half-bounding, half-flying gait. The outstanding peculiarity is the rope-like beak and the marvelous deftness with which it manipulated. Jackrabbits are frequently run down and lassoed, as is now and then an unwary logger. There exists a digger native legend that these creatures were spirits of old Spanish ranchers.
Uh-huh.
I like the first text better.
Yeah.
It's more fun. Second text isn't as good. That's the Roperite, dude. Was he spooky? Did he make you cry?
I wept.
You wept?
I wept sullen tears for the Roperite.
Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo.
Where are you getting all these stories?
From Fearsome Critters, 70th Anniversary Hypertext Edition. I wanted to buy the real book, but you can't really find it anywhere.
That's fair. It's sometimes hard to find publications of books because
it's at lumberwoods.com.
Oh.
It's also the site's apparently not secure.
Oh.
Thanks, Google.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh geez. Well, let's read one more. This one, The Snow Snake.
The Snow Snake.
During the year of the 2 winters, when the July temperature dropped to negative 62 degrees, these pink-eyed, white-bodied, savage serpents crossed over from Siberia via the Bering Strait. They are bad actors. The venom is deadly, with a speed of action second only to that of the hood snake, or hamadryad. Hibernated in the summer but becoming active in the winter, the snow snake coils on a low drift. With its pure white color makes it wholly invisible to its prey. One strike, sufficient. Mankind is not often bitten, as he makes too big a mouthful, but sometimes a snake will get over-ambitious. When this does happen, Tanglefoot oil is the only known remedy. I was treed by a snow snake is still a much-used explanation of a late homecoming.
So, sorry, you said
scary, huh?
2 winters? I know that's a weird thing to be stuck on, but 2 winters in July, one in July, when it got to minus 60, you said?
Yeah.
What?
Why is that confusing you?
Because that's ridiculous. Isn't it?
I mean, probably.
Because minus 30 is our minus 30.
Yeah, it's cold.
Minus 60, I'm not sure that's something that's acquirable easily in July.
It was back in the day.
Not a thing.
It doesn't tell you where it happened, even, Christine.
Okay.
They came from Siberia, so it was very cold in the Bering Strait.
Okay, what is the normal temperature in Siberia? It's probably
negative 90.
Probably not.
Probably. If anybody knows the normal temperature of Siberia, please tell Christine I'm right.
I'm looking it up.
Why? You're not gonna find it.
It's like, great. It's okay. Okay, so this is January.
Type in coldest
July.
temperature in Siberia is how you do it.
Fine. Coldest.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Christine looks to see if it's cold.
Holy jeez.
Siberia. Mm-hmm. What'd you get?
When was that?
What'd you get? What'd you get?
What is... Okay. I don't even know how to pronounce
Just say it. Speak it.
I'm
I'm dying here.
Well, I'm trying to figure out when this happened, because that's kind of...
Who cares?
I care, because...
Say the temp. I want to know the temp, though. I'm dying here.
Okay, well, if I go... Okay, it says negative 89.2
there you go.
degrees
Get
Celsius.
dunked on. Get dunked on.
So it's a
Get
negative
dunked on.
0.6 degrees
Get
Fahrenheit.
Dunked on. Get dunked on. Get dunked on.
Was it like night?
Dunked on.
Well, maybe
Yeah, it was cold. Siberia is fucking awful, if I know. That's like if you're like Antarctica, it probably gets to be like negative 300.
Well, it's like
cold.
we have the Yukon. I know it gets cold, but I don't think it would be like that.
Hey, sometimes it gets real cold.
Because it's like you can't live there, kind of cold. Like you just die.
Honestly, what was your cold the other day you got to? Negative 40? Negative 20?
Negative 40. Negative 20 is nothing. Negative 20 is you go out in your like boots, but also a tank top. Yeah, negative 40s usually are winters. So it's been pretty mild in the last couple of years, which is unfortunate. But then again, I just really want snow. I don't want ice. Don't give me ice. Just give me snow. That's crazy. Now I just want to know what the Yukon's coldest weather is.
I was right. I was right. I was right. I was right. This is me being right. This is me.
Wow, it doesn't even get that cold in the Yukon.
I was right. I was right. Siberia is cold, and I was right. I was right. You don't know.
Huh.
And with that,
Sorry, I'm just getting really
horrifying
distracted by
true
this.
tale of me being the most right ever,
Alberta getting to what? Okay, well,
we will leave you with Christine being flabbergasted by how cold our planet can get.
no, I can't imagine Alberta getting that cold, considering it's usually pretty like mild, like all year round.
This was Bob.
This is Christine. Oh yeah, we didn't get any emails this week, guys. Come on, give me your spook stories.
You keep expecting people to be attacked by ghosts.
Do it. Get attacked by
not
ghosts.
common.
For my entertainment.
It's not common. Tell your ghost stories, coward.
What? Like which one? Which one this week?
All 15 of them.
No.
Next week, we're going to talk about Christine's ghosts. See you guys then.
I'll only do it if you guys say yes.
Oh, I did. So
Well,
there
not
you go.
you.
Bye.